Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego with the beautiful Karina, my lovely Prometida. And we're waiting for our K1 visa to get processed just like you guys are. We're waiting for the National Visa Center to send us our welcome letter. Our NOA 1 letter is dated April 18th, 2022, and our NOA 2 letter is dated May 30th, 2023. That's around 407 days in between, though we don't recommend you count days. We don't count days. That's just information for you guys. So now we got about 2 or 3 month wait, probably 3 months for the National Visa Center to send us our welcome letter. Now this video is about, what kind of questions can I get, or not myself, but what kind of questions can Karina get, or your beneficiary at the face-to-face visa interview, the scary immigration interview. So come on along, I'll give you an overview of what kind of questions you could get. So I recommend you dress business casual for the visa interview, Miss Beneficiary, Mr. Beneficiary. No jeans, no halter tops. Dress business casual. Go like you're going for a job interview, okay? Going to a K1 visa interview face-to-face with an immigration officer is like going to a job interview. And when you get there, you need to answer the questions to the very best of your ability, okay? But my advice is do some homework first, okay? Now I understand this can be somewhat of a stressful experience, but it shouldn't be. You guys are in love with each other, you know everything about each other, so you are well prepared for this K1 visa interview, okay? And USCIS does require you, Miss Beneficiary, Mr. Beneficiary, to know about your fiance's background, your sponsor's background, and they want to make sure the intention between you two is for real before they finally approve your K1 visa petition at the U.S. Embassy. Now, I got a lot of experience with K1 visas. This is my second K1 visa process that I've been approved for, and I also was approved for a spousal visa. So I know how this process works, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. So I want you to be prepared for some questions that may be personal, but as long as you prepare and you guys have genuine intentions with each other, there's no reason to be stressed out about this process, okay? And who should attend the K1 visa interview? Well, generally the only person to attend the K1 visa interview is your foreign fiancé, the K1 beneficiary, and any K2 children, okay? But some embassies allow you, the embassy in Colombia is going to allow me to attend with Karina. In the Philippines, I don't think they do allow you to attend the interview. But it's up to the ambassador who runs the show, okay? But what's important is that you answer every question to the best of your ability, like I said, and before you attend your visa interview, ensure that you bring all the proper documents and items that they sent you on a list. They're going to send you a list of the stuff you got to bring. So go over the list and get the stuff and get the documents ready. I recommend that you study the I-129F. Miss Beneficiary, Mr. Beneficiary, your sponsor needs to give you a copy of the I-129F that he has submitted, or she submitted, to the lockbox in Dallas. Because immigration officers take some questions out of there. They'll study it too. They'll look at it. And if you don't have a copy of the I-129F, that's okay, no problem. But make sure you know what was in that form, okay? And if any changes have been made since the application, like you missed beneficiary, you changed jobs, you moved down the street, etc., you got a new passport number, that information can be updated on the DS-160, so don't worry about that. Please don't contact USCIS at the service center or the MVC to try to change anything like that. If you got a new passport on a K1 visa, yours expired or you lost it, you got a new one, update that information on the DS-160, okay? So, let's go on to the next step. Be totally honest when you're answering the K1 visa interview questions, because the consular officer knows the answer to the question. So if you don't know the answer, don't make something up just because you're trying to pass a test. If you don't know, you say, I'm sorry, I don't know. Then close this and then wait for the next question. Honesty is the best policy. You don't know, say you don't know, okay? And preparing and studying and reviewing sample questions is a good practice, but the most compelling cases are effective when you are honest, okay? Remember, this is not a deceptive interview. and the consular officer's not trying to trick you. He or she's just trying to find out whether you guys are in a real relationship and that you are in love with each other and want to be together for eternity. Right? Okay. And they're going to do that. Now, the K-1 visa interview format generally is a question and answer format. Takes no more than 10 to 20 minutes, 30 minutes max, unless the officer feels they need to ask more specific questions. Okay, now there's around 100 questions that they can select from to ask you. Okay, so I'll give you some as examples to help prepare you. Okay, they're going to ask you questions relating to your background, your relationship, etc., and plans for your future, including perhaps your wedding. Well, you better have wedding plans in place. Now remember, there is no wrong answer to these visa interview questions. Only incorrect answers if you lie or make up something. If you don't know, say I don't know. Okay? And the immigration officer will look for discrepancies. Let's suppose you got engaged on December 1st, 2022, and the immigration officer asks you when did you get engaged, and you say April 5th, 2022. That's a discrepancy. Okay? Don't make sure you got all your dates in order. All your ducks have to be in a row. Now, some sample questions may include, what is your full name, Miss Beneficiary, Mr. Beneficiary? What is your date of birth? How old are you? What is your nationality? Have you ever been arrested or have you ever committed a crime? What languages do you speak? Where were you born? Are you currently working? If so, what do you do for a living? Have you ever been to the United States before? If you did, for what reason? Was it for tourism? Do you have family in the United States, Miss Beneficiary? Have you ever applied for a K-1 visa in the past, Mr. Beneficiary? And do you know what to do once your K-1 visa is approved? Other questions could include, when do you plan on coming to the United States? Well, remember, your K-1 visa is good for 6 months from the issue date or from the date of your medical exam. So remember, the clock starts on the day you got your medical exam, and it's 6 months. They could ask you, what is your fiance's full name? They could ask Karina, what's my full name? When's my birthday? Where was I born? What is my favorite hobby? And what do I do for work? Well, I'm a real estate agent, and I'm assistant land surveyor. I got a real estate license in Florida, and I'm making YouTube videos for you, but that's for fun. Did I attend college? Karina knows where I went to college. And where do I live? Well, she knows the address where I live because she's going to be living here too, here in the Panhandle of Florida, near Pensacola, north of Navarre Beach. Navarre Beach is where we're going to get married. Where did I grow up? What city? Have I ever been married before? And who is my ex-spouse? Do I have any children? If so, how many? What are their names? And what is their phone number? What is their address? Well, I'm pretty sure Karina doesn't know their phone number, but she knows where they live. And do I live with anybody? No, I live by myself in this big old house waiting for Karina to get here. I predict you'll probably get 4 or 5 questions, and it'll probably last 5 to 10 minutes. And some of the questions may be difficult. They're not asked because they're trying to trick you. But if you don't know the answer, like I said, say, I don't know. Just be honest and let the officer know you don't know, okay? That's not a test where you're going to fail. This isn't a PhD dissertation, okay? So relax, guys. You've got this, okay? I got confidence in you. I know you can do this. And we'll see you soon in the USA with your K-1 and K-2 visa in your passport, flying on an airplane to the United States of America to start your lives. Don't forget the live stream with Diego on Wednesdays at 5 p.m., Saturdays at 7 p.m., and Sundays at 11 a.m. This is where you can ask me all your K-1 visa questions live. Now, I'm not an immigration attorney. I don't give immigration legal advice, and I don't work for USCIS. But I've got years and years and years of experience in processing successful K-1 and spousal visas. Thanks for watching, guys. Relax, and we will see you at the live stream.
I'll be back.